shot, do this shot, one shot, last shot, do this, one shot, one shot.
All in my keep possession on the key possession. I'm OD aggressive when I run the rock. See me flexing in the winner section. If they press, I'm bombing on them off the top. Slump a hater, leave them in the field, or I'm in the kitchen whipping up a dot. Took it from the bottom to the top. Certified Madden money shot. Toss a bullet, hit you in the chest and send a burner across your face from out the slot. Please don't test them, I bring heat and brush it. Have my hitter brush you, move you out the spot. Slump a hater, leave them in the field, or I'm in the kitchen whipping up a dot. Took it from the bottom to the top. Certified Madden money shot.
If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 6% off your order. Link in the description below.
The champ is here!
Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing up the Madden cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to be using a team with one of the lowest rated defenses in the game. But the defensive plays that I'm going to show you guys are so good that it's not going to matter. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Other than that, it's going to get right into the video. Now, the formation I'm going to be using today is the 3-3 Cub out of my Raiders defensive ebook, as I find this is one of the most flexible defenses in the entire game to stop both run and pass, and I break down even more in my ebook. So if you guys want more help or more money plays, you can download this or any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. Now, I'm going to be using 3 different plays in this defense, but the defense that I use the most for the length of the field is going to be the Sam Will Blitz 3, which you can see right here. I'm allowing a negative result per play average. But I also want to make sure that I keep the following plays in my audibles, as I like to use the outside linebacker Blitz 1, as cover 3 and cover 1 look very similar. I also keep the Mike Blitz 0 if I really want to dial up the pressure, but I don't use that as much, as I also don't use the cover 4 show 2, even though this would be my best run defense in the formation since the safeties play down. But I do use the Tampa 2 a lot, especially when I'm in the red zone. To make this defense as good as possible, go into your manual substitutions and make sure to substitute your fastest linebackers that have high zone coverages at these edge positions, as these positions are either going to rush or drop into coverage. So you need them to be fast, because when they rush, they're typically going to be unblocked, and when they drop into coverage, they typically have to cover to the sideline. Now, this is a matching cover 3, so I don't do too much with my coaching adjustments, as I want to keep that option open. But I'm going to set all of my option and RPO keys to conservative, with the exception of my option pitch key, which I set to aggressive. Now, one of the things I like about this defense the most is the fact that I have a 5 wide spread defensive alignment, which is pretty much always going to give me outside containment when it comes to run plays, as my outside edge defender is pretty much always going to be outside of the tackles. And the reason I choose cover 3 for the length of the field is because cover 3 is one of the best deep coverage zone defenses. You have 3 deep zones. And then with my outside linebackers, I have the option of either dropping them in the hook curls to help me out over the middle, giving me 3 mid zones, or I can put them in the hard flats, which I typically will do to a side of the field that has so many receivers. As you can see here, he has 4 receivers on the right side of the field, and he's also working to the wider side of the field, which means the play is more likely to be to that area. So I always want to make sure that I Mabel a look like this. And as far as setting up my run defense goes, all I have to do is user the linebacker far enough back to about 8 to 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, and this will ensure that I won't get targeted by the lineman, allowing me to shoot forward and shoot any run gaps if the play were to be a run play. But on the first play, it's a pass play, and since I have help over the middle, I don't have to go too far as we break it up. And when I get back to the huddle, I see that the very first play that he was using was the corner strike play, which is a glitch route that I put out in a video a couple days ago, which if you guys want to check that out, I'll pop it up in the top right hand corner right now, as well as on screen at the end of the video. And what makes this so glitchy is people typically put this corner route on a custom stem all the way down, and it usually gets outside of just about any man or zone. But since I'm using a matching cover 3, you can see how the flat follows the receiver all the way to the sideline, effectively making it a much more difficult throw. On the next play, since he comes down to split backfield, I'm expecting flats to be in danger, so I hard flat to both sides with my outside linebackers, but he doesn't wait for the flats to play out, as he ultimately takes off with the quarterback right up the middle. On 3rd and 2, I hard flat to override the matching principles while also trying to protect the spot underneath, and I also press the entire defense, as you don't really have to worry about deep passing when the offense is condensed like this. But I make a mistake by accidentally cut sticking the wrong player, giving him a wide open lane that almost lets him take it to the house, if it wasn't for the fact that my safety was just faster than his running back. And now that he's inside the 10, we're going to hard flat just about every single time, as we also decide to kick the blitz up a notch by blitzing the middle linebacker and using the safety, since there really is no deep area and I could cover the middle of the field myself. As on the next play, he uses an auto motion play, but he should have followed it because that guy got open right over the middle, as we stay on the short side and get the stop before we just give ourselves a whole bunch of hard flats on the next play, and he tries to throw it out quick and actually ends up losing yards. Then on 3rd and goal, he tries to hit an in route, which might have worked, but DK Metcalf is so big it bounces off his head and he almost catches it on the bounce. And of course he decides to go for it on 4th and goal from the 12, as he runs another auto motion route, which looks like a sail route to the tight end, but the coverage is so tight by the seam flat that he has to come back to the ball and he catches it at the 1 yard line, ending the drive. The offense I'm going to be using today is the gun stack Y flex, and the reason that I choose the Raiders is because they have one of the fastest and best receivers in the game in Dante Thornton Jr., who's 6'5" with 96 speed. They also have Trey Tucker, who's 95 speed, so I make sure to have these guys as my top 2 receivers and always in the stack of the formation. On the first play, we pretty much run the Y sail the entire length of the field, as anytime this running back's open in the flat, we're going to take that, as we take it underneath and get out of the danger zone by getting an almost 30-yard catch and run. But we can also hit the zig route on the other side of the field that gets open underneath cover 3 as well. And since he's in cover 3 pretty much this entire drive with the tight end pulling the coverage back, we just hit the running back check down or the zig route underneath before I decide to run with a halfback quick base that gets an incredible block from the receiver and probably would have sprung me for the score if I went outside, before hitting that zig route one more time and eventually punching in on the ground with the very same play. Back on defense, you can see exactly why I prefer cover 3 match over other defenses in this game, as he motions across DK Metcalf, thinking that he could just bomb it up over the top and moss me with one of the best receivers in the game, but the Raiders have some of the fastest cornerbacks in the game.
Nope.
So as long as I play the ball properly in the air, he's not going to get over the top of this defense. The only other real weakness of this defense is going to be the cover 3 seam, which is typically pretty vulnerable against 3 wide receiver sets like this, but the seam flat here is going to match these streaks and turn and run with them, carrying them up the field, forcing him to throw inside towards the safety and resulting in an interception. Back on offense, as he was in cover 3 pretty much the entire time, we're going to switch to the PA read, as this is a one-play touchdown against every single defense in the game that I showed you guys in yesterday's video, as all you have to do against this defense is put this wide receiver on a post, but I also put the A tight end on a slant just to give his user something to chase over the middle so he doesn't drop back too far into this route, and the wide receiver gets wide open over the top of the cornerback is being held down by the comeback route, scoring a very easy one-play touchdown on the next play. If you guys want to see more about this play, we'll have a link on screen at the end of the video, as well as popping up in the top right-hand corner right now. There's also a really easy blitz setup you can do with this play, where all you have to do is take either the 3-back hook or one of the flats, which I choose the flat on this play considering that there's no receiver on the right side of the field. And all you really have to do is hover between the center and the guard before dropping back into coverage. You can see how the guard here switches over to pick me up, allowing Max Crosby and the defensive end in free. And I'm only hard flatting because I'm trying to send a blitz and not give up any quick short throws, but know that the consequences of hard flatting is that you will override the matching principles and these flats will no longer cover the seams, as DK Metcalf almost takes it to the house if I didn't get this tackle. I try to hard flat and send the blitz on the next play, but he recognizes it right away and hits me with a post route right at the seam for the first once again. So when he runs a hurry up, I decide to switch over to the cover 1 man that's in my audibles, as it looks a lot like cover 3, only this time we're going to continue to hard flat to the tight end side while also using the blitzer on the other side of the field, and you can tell that the confusion makes him hold the ball an extra tick longer as he takes the sack before we come out in that cover 1 man on the very next play, and he must have thought that he had me over the top in a cover 0. Gotcha, bitch! Before I go right back to that PA read cover 3 bomb one more time. As my opponent can only complete 36% of his passes before rage quitting the game. See ya! So I'm going to end the video there, but give this a try and let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Other than that, if you want to see more about the one-play touchdown that I was using in this video, I have that popping on my screen right now, so just click the links, and until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.